What's going on, guys? We are here, part 2 of answering your questions. It's your boy Confidential. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. If you want to take it a step further, hit the join button. Join my channel. Membership includes early access to all my music videos. Everything I upload, you'll see it before everybody else. So hit the join button now. So we're going to be answering some of your questions. I know it's been a minute, but let's get right into it. Wendy asks, where was Back Roads filmed? So my music video, Back Roads, a lot of you might have seen it, was filmed on Vancouver Island in the Nanaimo area. So more so on the outskirts of Nanaimo in the extension area, heavily wooded area. There's some logging roads out there. So that's where we filmed the majority of Back Roads. A few people asked this one, am I doing any US shows coming up? I have no US shows planned right now. I'm just trying to get bigger as an artist, and hopefully I can make American shows happen in the future. I've mainly just been sticking to the west coast of Canada where I live, so most of my shows are around that area, but I'm hoping to branch off, get into the States soon. I know a lot of you guys live in the States that support me, so I'll be there soon. I just got to keep growing. Colleen asks, what am I referring to in my song So Far Gone when I say the guy from Home Improvement? Okay, so if you guys remember the 90s sitcom, the show Home Improvement, there was a guy named Wilson, but you never saw his face. He was always on the other side of the fence talking to Tim. So you'd only ever see him like this. So I'm referring to, you're scared to show your face like that guy from Home Improvement, referring to Wilson, the neighbor, that you only ever saw his eyes. He was always behind the fence. So that's what I was referring to. P. Robs asks, he was asking about the show flyers behind me, specifically the Marco Polo Master Ace show poster. Yes, I opened for this show. I think it was in, it was probably around 2012 I did the show. And Master Ace, Marco Polo, they were touring Canada, and I hopped on this show with them. I did that show with Mercules and Prada West, so it would have been around 2012. So yeah, it was Master Ace, Marco Polo, they were touring Canada, and we jumped on that show. Next question, did I have a good time filming my video Get 'Em? Yes, I had a great time filming my video Get 'Em. If you don't know, my video for Get 'Em, it was a song I did with Snack the Ripper, Evil Ebenezer, and the Scale Breakers. It was filmed by Stewie Kubrick, and we filmed that one in Victoria, BC, and also Vancouver, BC. The video was tons of fun, just because it was like one of those goof around videos, where it was just about having a good time. We actually got kicked out of Playland for fucking around with people while we were there. They did refund. I remember they did refund our money when they kicked us out of Playland, but it was definitely a really good time, and it's always fun having fun just with other your friends and stuff. So it was, a lot of my videos are by myself, so they're a little bit more serious. So this one was all about having fun. It was my first video that I had ever done, so you could tell I was a bit nervous, and not nervous, but a little camera shy on that music video because it was my very first music video. It was hard to get music videos done back then. It's not, it wasn't so easily accessible as it is now, where I know tons of people that film music videos. That I had to hire the guy to do it. And that video, we got it on Much Music. So for my American supporters, Much Music is the same as MTV. MTV was in the States, Much Music was in Canada, so it was like music videos on your TV across Canada. It was super exciting because I grew up watching Much Music, so it was super cool to have my video on Much Music, and it was my first music video ever, so yeah, it was tons of fun. I think it was Wendy that asked, did I really film So Far Gone in a tent city? I did. Not the whole video, but there was clips. We went into, for those that don't know, a tent city. It was just like a homeless camp of hundreds of homeless people merged into one encampment. And that was in Nanaimo. There was a massive tent city in Nanaimo. hundreds of homeless people all living in one area. It was like a fenced-in area. It was its own little city. We filmed there. We were really respectful. Before we went in, they had it really set up really well, where people were kind of guarding the entrances. We spoke to like the camp leader or whoever it was before we came in and filmed, and we just asked, we told them we were doing a video about addiction and we wanted to film in here and just get a few shots, and we were super respectful. So when we went in, most of the people were super chill. There was people like, because there was like active using drugs, there was like prostitution. They had it really like segregated into like different areas too. Like it was really crazy. But we got some weird looks, but for the most part, it was it went smoothly. Other than later on that night, there was an incident with like a crazy guy in a baseball bat, like running around chasing somebody, but that was like outside of Tent City. But it didn't really involve us. It was just, yeah, it was kind of a crazy night. Shout out Alan, who starred in that music video, my buddy Alan. What else we got? Did I ever have an addiction myself? I definitely had an addiction myself. I have been clean and sober for 17 years or so, but I was in active addiction. So a lot of the songs, when I write about these things, it's not like I'm writing it from an outside perspective. I lived that, and a lot of it comes out in my music now. Addiction and the struggles and all that kind of stuff. How did I get my name? I got my name Konfidential. Before that, I think it was grade 11, maybe grade 12 actually. Grade 12, I can't remember what name I went by. It might have been like Birchie Birch or something along those lines. And some kid in my class had asked me, yo, because back then it was hard to get your music out, so you could call into radio stations. There was underground rap stations, College Radio. This one was in Vancouver, and you could call in and like battle other rappers in the city over the phone. This is old school. This is going back to the early 2000s. So I would do that, and I would show people, because it was hard to record. You weren't just like, it was hard to find studios. People weren't recording themselves back then. So to get yourself heard, you kind of had to do these things. So for me, it was like rapping over the radio, and then I would record on a cassette tape, and then I would show kids at school. So the kid asked me, what's your rap name? But I didn't want to tell him for some reason. I said, that's extremely confidential. Like, I didn't want to tell him it's confidential. He's like, no way, Konfidential is an awesome rap name. And I was like, God damn, it is an awesome rap name. Shit, my name's Konfidential. And that's no joke. The guy's name was Mike Plotnico, and that's how I came up with the name Konfidential. My favorite show I've done. I opened for Xzibit back in 2013 with Mercules and Prada West. We did a show with Xzibit while he was on his Canadian tour. That was probably one of my most favorite shows that I've done. That one, or I was also with Merc and Prada, and we opened for a few shows with Bone Thugs and Harmony. We hopped on while they were touring the West Coast, and we did some shows with them. Those are probably my funnest shows. They were a while ago, but they were the funnest, just because you're with your good friends. You're experiencing these like once in a lifetime opportunities with your good buddies. You're on stage with your homies, having a great time. And those are probably the most memorable shows for me that I can think of. I did do one with Snack the Ripper last year, and the crowd was just like, really, like sometimes the vibe in the crowd, they just like are really feeling you. Not that I've had a bad experience with a crowd, but like just sometimes just the vibe is just different and people are just feeling it. With the Xzibit show, from the moment we stepped on the stage, the crowd was just up at the front. They were loving it. Same with the Snack the Ripper show. So that's why they were just, yeah, it's weird. Sometimes people are just feeling the vibe. Other times people are more chill and just want to watch. Sometimes maybe they've had more to drink and they're just like, let's fucking go. And the Xzibit show, Snack the Ripper show, excuse me, and the Bone Thugs and Harmony shows were all like that. And with the Bone Thugs and Harmony show, we took like a party bus to the show, And so it was like a fucking great time on the way to the show, and we're just having a great time. And yeah, and it was in like this big auditorium too. That was in Mission, BC. That we did a few, but the Mission show was definitely a great time. Somebody asked about these show flyers too. You can't see all of them, but there's more show here. These are just some of the shows that I've done, but yes, they are all shows that I were a part of. I did, and I opened for. So Bone Thugs and Harmony, Master Ace, the Beat Nuts, Swollen Members, Obi Trice, Rich Homie Quan, Jizza from Wu-Tang, Raekwon from Wu-Tang, and who else do we got? Xzibit. Oh, DJ Yella from NWA, Little Easy E, who is Eazy-E's son. I've done a lot. You know what? I've got done a lot of shows, and the flyers are not up on the wall. Just because the more digital age, you don't get the actual paper copies of the flyers. They still do, but like some shows, it's just like everything's done online. So I think that's it for today, guys. I know I took a little bit longer this time to get these out, so I apologize. And I'll do another one. If you guys have any questions that you want answered, drop some comments with your questions, and I'll make another one of these videos. I won't take so long on the 3rd, but I appreciate everybody. Like always, if you're looking for merch, confidentialmusic.com. I'm rocking one of the hoodies right now. Confidentialmusic.com. We got lots of merch available on there. Hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, cell phone cases. Go check it out, confidentialmusic.com. Hit me up on whatever streaming platform you use, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube. It doesn't matter. All my stuff is there. Please go check it out. I love all you guys. Have a great day.